Hi, so this is FPL Risk Taker again. After game week 1, this video uh, discusses my draft 1, 2, 3 that I prepared and I've already posted videos of with my final team and the performance of all the 3 drafts versus my final team. So starting from what were my teams, this was my draft 1. The names in caps and bolds are the names that are finally in my game week 1 team. So this is my game week 1 team. Henderson, Poro, Saliba, Robinson played as Barco was initially in my playing 11, but didn't play, so it was an auto sub. And Kunku, Saka, Diego Jota, Gordon, Isaac, the captain, was in all the 3 drafts as well as my final team, and also Haaland, Solanke, who was in all the 2 drafts except for the first one. So moving on, as you see in my draft 1, the defense was really weak. Over here you see that Harvard Ballis plays, because in this draft also Barco was the one who was to be starting the game week 1. Draft 2 also again a very weak defensive line. Draft 3 had the best defensive line. And draft 4, the final game week 1 team had Poro, Saliba and Robinson the autism. Moving on to the midfield, it's a 4-man midfield. And Kunku, the common name. The differential being in the first 2 drafts, it was Mohamed Salah, the premium pick that I went. And in the draft 3 and my final team, I went with Saka. Draft 1 had Son, and draft 2, 3 as well as the final team at Diogo Jota. So this went really well. No, the 4th midfielder, 3 had Rogers in it, but in the final team I went with Gordon. So just because I felt that he has really good fixtures, and with the home game against Southampton, he should have performed well had it not been for that unfortunate red card. As a common captain, he must have been the most owned player in the game week 1. Haaland again in all my drafts as well as final team. Now in draft 1 I was going with Wood, who outperformed Solanke. So let's see how the three drafts scored the points had I went with those one versus my actual team. So moving on, this is my actual team. So Henderson, Poro, Saliba, Robinson, Kunku, Saka, Diego Jota, Gordon, Isaac the captain, Haaland and Solanke. So I scored 62 points, and the rank is about 3.1 million right now. And in the bank I have right now 0.5, which I hope to utilize, or I'm planning to utilize in game week 3 either, or maybe from game week 4. So Poro performed really well. Saliba was, I mean, okay, he was on the bonus points, but couldn't get it unfortunately. Robinson was auto sub for Barcos, who can't complain. And Kunku was one of the disappointments, can't even finish complete 60 points, 60 minutes. So could have got at least one more point from him. Saka performed really well, only 2 points below Salah, but I saved about 2.5 million, which I invested obviously in Poro. So it went well, I can say. Diego Jota, nice pick. He could have performed better than those 8 points had he finished that chance. No, Gordon, unfortunate due to that red card, he couldn't perform better. And he was, I saw the match highlights especially, he was being persistently fouled. So maybe going forward he could perform better in respect of FPL points as well as getting bonus points. Isaac, again unfortunate red card changed the whole dynamics of the game. Holland 7 points, you can't complain over here. Solanke, yeah, he got some very good chances, and I believe he will be a good pick and maybe a long-term pick in my team. The way Spurs played, especially in the first half. So it's a 62.3.1 million rank. Moving on. These are my three drafts along with the points. The bold and caps name are the players that are also in my final game week 1 team. So draft 1 would have got me 57 points. Draft 2 would have got me 58 points, but draft 3, the one with a very heavy defensive lineup, would have got me 65 points and a rank of about somewhere around 2.2 to 2.3 million. So the best that I could have achieved based on my planning for game week 1 would have been 65 points had I gone with draft 3. So if we just analyze quickly, over here in draft 1, the only good picks other than the one that I went with were Mohamed Salah, Guardiola and Wood. Draft 2 would have seen me um, maybe Mohamed Salah would have got me good point because Diego Jota, Isaac, Holland, all those who performed except for Guardiola were in my final team. Obviously, in draft 3, you see, if I had went with draft 3, there would have been a total of 13 and 8, 21 points only from my defensive triple three defenders, and that would have resulted in getting 65 points. And in the bank position would have been here 1 million, 1 million and 0 million. As I discussed in my earlier video, that draft 1 was prepared mainly with the planning to wildcard in game week 12, having 4 to 5 transfers in hand and using that wildcard as a mini free hit chip. So I don't think so this will happen now with my final team. And so let's see what happens. Current my plan is maybe to wildcard in game week 4, or if my picks like Saka, Saliba continue to match at least Salah and Trent, then maybe I will keep those and let's see how the things went from game week 2 onwards to game week 4. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to continue vlogging my journey in FPL this season. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.